Hello, good afternoon, young mothers. And I just want you to know that I'm also a mother. Fortunate my children are all grown up now. I have 3 children and 7 grandchildren. And it's such a privilege to be a mother. And hopefully there are others that also will become mothers next year and so on. Yes, it's a great joy to raise your own children. And I'm not saying it's easy, but sometimes it's a joy and sometimes it's quite scary, especially when you see your own characteristics in your own children. That's quite a scary thing. And there's nothing that gives you so much joy when you see a child is happy and well. I was just thinking that just as we train little puppies, here in the UK, you will see lots of people have little dogs and they train them. Oh, they spend lots of time training the little doggies how to obey their voice, how to sit before they cross a road and how to behave and even to be quiet in the company of other people. And I want to say I have a lot of respect for people training their pets. And in the same way, also with horses. Here in the UK, we have a forest where there's wild horses and they're roaming around, sometimes dangerous, going across the road. And especially in the evenings, they can harm themselves or even the cars can crash into them because they are wild horses that's not in a camp or they don't have any boundaries. And in the same way, when you raise children, from experience, I just want to say that to train your child to obey your voice, that is the key to save their lives. It can really save their lives. We as parents love our children. And when your child knows that you love them, that their interest you carry on your heart, and whatever you say is for their good and for their benefit, when they know that, they will listen to your voice. And I can just give a testimony, for example. You know, my little girl, my first child, the first child is kind of, I think, the most difficult when they're small because you're the young mother, you don't know what to do. And no child is the same. Other people's experience doesn't exactly help you because it's your child. And my little girl, we were seeing people off after they had a visit. That's now many years ago when my daughter was small. She was only about 2.5, almost 3. And we were saying goodbye to the people at our car. And the children was all around us, and people were getting into their car. And my little girl had a ball in her hand. And that ball dropped out of her hand and it rolled down the pathway, rolled down right into the street. And she was going right after it to go and fetch her ball. But as I looked, fortunate I saw it. I heard, you can hear a truck coming. And our road is windy. She wouldn't see the truck. And she was going now to pick up her ball. And even if I was running after her, I wouldn't have catch her in time because she was running after a ball right into the street. And all I could say is, Janet, stop! I could just shout and say, Janet, stop. And fortunate, she was obedient to my voice. She was trained by then already. Whenever I called her name, Janet, she would listen. And she stopped. And she turned around and said, yes, Mummy, what is it? And as she stopped, that truck was running right over the road past her. And I just must say, because of training her to obey my voice, my loving voice, but also the voice of authority, she stopped immediately. She didn't carry on running and then turn around. She would have been dead. But she stopped straight away, turned around and said, yes, Mommy, what's it? I said, stop, just wait there for Mommy, I'm coming. There's cars, there's a truck. And then the truck already was past, but fortunately she stopped. So I just want to say it started at a young age. Even when they're 9 months old, they're learning your voice. And when they're getting into 1 year old, 2 years old, when they learn to their boundaries, that's a good time to raise your voice immediately and expect obedience straight away. Because as I said, that it's not only teach them to save their lives, but it's your authority. And authority in life you always need, wherever you go, even now. When people when they will work, when they're in school, there's always authority. And when your child learns to obey authority, it helps them to live a better life. It helps them to work together with others. And it's a safe environment. So a boundary is not a bad thing. Just like I want to get back to, I love horses. And just to get back to a horse. You know, a wild horse is a beautiful thing for me. When they're running around and the wind blows through their mane. But they don't mean anything for nobody. They're just beautiful to look at because of their freedom. But their freedom can be dangerous. As I said, they walk in the streets now where the car's driving. And so when you train a horse to obey your voice, we heard the voice, the horse whisperers, and you don't have to be harsh. You don't have to beat up a horse. No. You can train them to listen to your voice. And a horse that's trained can be a carrier, can carry a person, can pull a chart, can be so many things. A horse that trained. And the same thing, your child become a blessing to yourself and a blessing to other people when they are trained. But in this talk, I just want to give you a few emotional things that's good for a child. You know, all our parents wants to give the best for our children. We give them lovely clothes to wear, warm clothes for the winter, costumes to swim in, dancing outfit, whatever they need, we want to provide. And in the same way, we as parents also like to give them an education. So hear me out. Physically, we look after our children. All good parents does. Try their best. Mentally, we want to give them an education because we know it's good for them. They can get a job. They grow in their mind. But what about emotions? As a child, you know, as a parent, we always want to do better than our own parents, which is a good thing. You can remember where your parents maybe have not fulfilled your need, or you feel they lacked something, and you as a parent trying to be better, and that's good. Every generation should try to do better than the past generation. And that's how a generation becomes protected and improve. But now I come back to these emotions. You know, we forget the emotions. I have discovered when a child is hurt through bullying at school or at home, even an older brother, you sometimes get some dads who doesn't understand children and they're very teasing them in the wrong way. That can hurt a child. And if their emotions is hurt, the emotion is the gateway to a child's soul, is the gateway to a child's spirit. It can all raise a very angry child. I've seen that. A very rebellious child, which can cause you a lot of pain. And a child that becomes very withhold, shy, insecure, and underdeveloped in their mental stability. So I want to say emotions is a very, very important thing to feed their emotions. And please give me the opportunity now, before I close with this talk, to give you 5 ways to strengthen your child emotionally. The first thing is love. And we all say we love our children. But do your child know? Does your child know that you really love them? Sometimes a parent is very serving and busy, give them the food they need, give them the clothes they need, driving them around. Of course they should know I love them. Look what I'm doing for them. But have you ever conveyed that in your mouth? Look them in the eyes. The eyes is the window of their soul. And if you can look to them before they go to bed, in the morning before they go to school, just say, Jamie, do you know I love you. Or just to say, you're your dad's pride. Or you're your mommy's heart. And just say, look at me. Mommy just wants you to know I love you. And then in your posture, you can't say to your child, you know that I love you. You hear my tone of voice and the way you're standing. That's going to really pull it, give them the front of their life. So your tone of voice, your body language says a lot. And nowadays all the mums is on their phones. Come on kids, let's go. Come on, hurry up, and then they're on their phone. Mommy, mommy's just busy on my phone. What is that love language saying? Your phone is more important than them. There's lots of children now on the Isle of Wight, young, later in their life. What you've sown now in their young life, you will reap when they're teenagers. I know that. I talk out of experience. The children are like a gift. You get different kind of parcels, gift. Pink ones, brown ones, colorful ones. And when you give a gift to someone, you put a beautiful gift in there. Sometimes more than one thing. And you put it in there. And you give the gift to someone. And your child is a gift. And whatever you put in there will be there. And you will see it's there. It can be good things. Hopefully it's all good things you put in there. Your child is like a bank. Whatever you invest will come out one day. Again, your child is like a garden. A gardener, a good gardener, sowing good seeds into good soil. And in season, you will reap what you've sown, whether it's good or bad. I've seen that. And I gave a lot to my children, and I'm just thinking again of my eldest child, where I have sown a lot of patience. We're also patients, give of ourselves, you name it. And she was only a young little girl, and we went to school, and the school had a fete, like a market, free market. And she had saved up a little bit of money. How children are, they have a little bit of their own fun money. But that's for her to use now here at the school market. And here she called me and said, Mommy, come. It's Mother's Day. I want to give you something. I said, no, you don't have to. Just your happiness is enough for me. But she said, Mommy, no. The winter's coming. I want to buy you this coat. And there at the market they had second-hand beautiful coats. And she, with all her savings, she bought me a coat because she knew I would like a warm coat for winter. And I didn't want her to buy it. Maybe Dad had helped a little bit. But it was her idea. And she bought me a coat. I think she was only 9 years old, 9, 10, maybe even less. But what you say, she saw how much I was spending on a ballet, spent at her school fees. We're giving her money. She saw the effort. And it's wonderful when you raise your children to be thankful, to learn to say thank you, to be kind to other people. And there, as a young mother, I reaped already what I've sown only for 9 years. I already reaped a harvest. And I want to encourage the young mothers today and dads, don't give up being good. Carry on being good. One day when they're teenagers, your child will be the leader and not the problem. One day when your children are older, they will be kind to you because you've sown love. You've sown kindness. So love is the main thing you sown in your child. Keep on. Then there is security. You have to sow in the child the boundaries. Some parents want to be their buddies. They want to be their friend. Oh, be free. Do what you want. Go there and run around like wild. And they just want the child to be free. And they think, oh, well, a free spirit is beautiful. But I want to say to you, I've seen children like that. Not long after they get into big trouble. They're causing a big pain for their parents later on. I've seen children like that. Because the parents thought they must just let them to be free and do whatever they want. And put their papers all over the house and they can go to bed whenever they want. That child actually cry out and say, Mummy, guide me, guard me, help me. put boundaries around me. A child feels more secure when you say, there, you can play there, but don't go there. Or come in that time. Or that's what you may do and that's what you can't do. They will, of course, test you. Say, oh, come on, mommy. Oh, God, please, mommy, daddy. They will, because they're a child. They always will try you out. But when they know you are their authority, you care about what's good for them, they feel secure. So your child needs love, security that comes through boundaries and discipline. Don't be afraid to discipline them. They will not die. They will not hate you. They will respect you. So then there is another one. It is the child needs to feel there's something awesome about the world. Oh, isn't that awesome, those stars in the sky? Aren't the trees beautiful? A child needs that wonder in their life, the wonder of the world. That's something that's far beyond the magical, they call it the fantastic. I don't like the word magic because actually magic can lead. Hear me out. I've dealt with children that went into magic and went into what you call it, tricks. Later on, occult, become occult, then it becomes Satanism. So I want to warn you before that. Just be careful. You need to draw the line somewhere. This child went into make wrong friends. That he raised up in a very good home. He went to the best school. But he didn't know how to make choices. Went wrong friends, become rebellious. His emotional need to communicate to his parents. His parents were always busy making money. They weren't there to listen to him, talk to him. What's on your heart? Who are your friends? He made the wrong friends. He's into Satanism. I had to help the child. He almost died from it. Yes. The Satanism, you know, they sacrificed. They were planning to sacrifice him. Yeah. He was only a young boy of 14 years old. They were going to put him on an altar and kill him. Because Satanism opened up to demonic spirits. So I want to say to you, yes, that is going on. Your child needs to learn to make the right friends, make right choices. And you have to guide them when they're young. They do not know what's right and wrong. Yes, you have to guide them. Otherwise, the world will take them in the wrong direction. So what I'm trying to say is a child needs the wonder of miracles. They need to know there is a God of wonder and miracles. They need to know there's someone bigger than them. The one who created everything. The wonder of prayer. The wonder of a butterfly that's being born out of a, coming from a caterpillar. They need to see the wonder of life. The stars that you can't count. Can you understand what I say? A child needs that. If you can help them to develop and to see and take them to things that's beautiful to see under a microscope, the little, or the bigger things, the planets, a child have a need for that. And that's why me as a Christian want to say my Christianity have helped me a lot to keep on the right path and to not dabble into the wrong, dangerous things that can destroy your life, that run after drugs, people looking for things. That's why you get teenagers that are going into the wrong things, because they're looking for something magical, wonderful. Give them that through Christianity. And then two more things. So I've mentioned love, and then the awesomeness, then the security, the boundaries. And then I want to say they need to make eye contact with you. That soul contact, communication. Even if the child is only 3 years old, I know they can't communicate like you want to, but just talk to them. Read them out of the book. Talk to them about what did they like about today. Talk to them about the leaves. Talk to them about little bugs. Talk to them about anything. Just talk. Because when you talk to a child, they feel, wow, I'm worthy. I'm worthy to listen to. I'm worthy that mommy and daddy is interested in my life. Pray with them, but talk to them. and look in them, look in their eyes. So communication is very important at the young age already. And then lastly, number 5, praise. Some old parents and people say, oh, don't praise your child, they might get a big head. No, no, no. All children need encouragement, not flattering. Don't tell a lie. Don't tell lies. Please, I don't do it. If a child does something silly, I'm not going to praise the child for that. But if a child drew something really trying hard to color in and they drew a picture, praise them for that. That's encouragement. If a child doing a nice dance, praise them for that dance and say, listen man, that's a beautiful movement. And if a child is obedient to you, say, thank you my child, mommy see how obedient you are. And because you're obedient, you can have an extra sweetie tonight. That's not bribing, that's rewarding. Reward your child when he tidy up the room. When your child is obedient to you, please reward them. So that they know there's something in my obedience. There's something I'm getting from being obedient to my parents. Hug them. Show them that you appreciate when they are obeying your voice. So praise is a very important thing. To affirm your child when he's writing nicely or do schoolwork or reading well. Don't forget to praise them and give them a star, a reward, because that's an encouragement to keep on doing what's good and right. May the Lord God bless you being a parent. I know it's not easy. It's a lot of time, a lot of work, but it's an investment. It's a reward that you will reap very soon in the next season of your life. God bless you and keep on being that good parent that you so try to be. Bye.